This is Hayden from S8CTV today. I'm very lucky to be joined here in Glasgow for the first time by Ekow Essuman. Ekow, how are you doing today?
Doing good, thank you, and thank you for having me.
No worries, mate. Thank you for coming on. So obviously, we've got this massive fight. You'll be taking on Josh Taylor at the Hydro just across the road there. How did this fight sort of come about?
I was actually supposed to be fighting on a home show in Nottingham with Lee Wood, being at the top of the card, and Kakachi. And I had a really good match sorted out, opponent lined up and everything, and then I got told that there was an offer made for this fight. And as I said when I was in the press conference, it's the opportunity I've been asking for, and so I had to grab it with both hands.
Obviously, you look at that, your two most recent wins last year. Really good win over Owen Cooper, brilliant fight of the year contender, and a good win over Ben Vong as well, another fight of the year contender arguably. How do you sort of evaluate that two-fight run you've had with those two very impressive wins that have arguably led you to this fight?
Yeah, they've been wicked fights. The fight before, I had a little blip, and it gave me some hard lessons, pills to swallow, and lessons learned. Obviously, I came out and did the Owen Cooper match and showed me a few more lessons to learn. I came out, did better with Ben Vaughn. And people could say that was a nice little, not a proper tune-up fight, because it's not a tune-up fight, but he was southpaw and he was fit as a, and he was going for it. So I've got that in the bank already, and then leading me on to those performances got me this opportunity. So it's all just money in the bank in terms of prep.
Definitely. So obviously, onto this fight, massive fight against Josh Taylor. You're saying that's the opportunity you've been calling out for. With Josh, former Undisputed world champion down at super light. Apart from that, how much do you sort of know of him, and what sort of fight are you kind of expecting going into this?
Well, we was on Team GB together 2012 till 2016, so I spent a lot of time in and around the way with him. We shared rounds, I know what kind of a fighter he is, and just respectable guy. That's why, obviously, like I said in the press conference, I respect him. The respect is there. There's no needle nothing to stir or anything like that. I said to him, just same thing. It would be the same with anyone else in the other corner of the ring. It's just my opponent, so it's what it is.
With those sort of rounds against Josh, I imagine it was quite a long time ago, but what did you sort of gauge with those rounds against Josh?
There wasn't a lot to take from it. If you think he was already on Team GB, he was already on the podium squad. I was at that point on the development squad, so I was pretty green and fresh to it, and there wasn't too much to take away from it because it's a different game as well. You get a feel for the person's kind of tenacity and character. So in that, like I said in the press conference as well, everyone can expect a very fiery match because that's what our styles are like. So I think it'll gel well in terms of entertainment.
Obviously, coming into the Lions Den against a fighter like Josh Taylor, am I right in saying it's your first fight in Scotland as well? What are you sort of expecting? Obviously, we've seen the fans at the press conference today, but what are you sort of expecting come May, obviously coming into the Lions Den?
It's going to be very hostile. I'm expecting it to be very hostile, but I perform best under pressure in the Lions Den, so I feed off the energy.
Obviously, if you were to get a win over Josh Taylor, that would be a massive, massive statement. Former Undisputed world champion, like we say, down at super light. With the win over Josh Taylor, where do you think that sort of puts you instead for your career? And going forward, obviously not overlooking Josh, but if you were to get the win, where do you think so? I want to go from there? And yeah,
when I get a win over Taylor, 24th of May this year, it will put me on the world stage, exactly where I belong, and I will be challenging for the world titles.
Definitely. And then last one from me, Ekow. I'm going to ask you to break down the fight between yourself and Josh Taylor. How do you sort of see it going?
I see us both going into the ring, a fiery start, really fiery start, and then I can't tell you anything else because, we can't give away too much. But everyone's going to be entertained. It's going to be a wicked match.
Definitely. Ekow, thank you very much for your time, mate. Thank you. Cheers.